people who are afraid of AI, people who are already using AI, and people who are wanting to learn how to use AI, and all of them are going to have questions, and we're going to have answers. So talk to me, my brother.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think like the number one thing, let me set the stage. So how many of you in the chat right now are beginners? Type beginner in the chat if you're beginner to AI. Okay, just so that we kind of gauge everybody, see who's on the audience. And then, so beginner being like, beginner level would be like you're using chat, you're chatting with AI, you're kind of getting some results, you're maybe doing some interesting things, but you're not really using it too much. And I guess there's 7 levels, but to put it into 3, second tier would be kind of, you're maybe using Claude, type intermediate or INT if you're someone that's kind of using Claude a little bit, maybe a little co-work, that kind of stuff. And then type advanced if you're like, you're having fun like me and Myron, open claw, that kind of stuff. So we know. Awesome. Hey, Manfred, how's it going? Shayla, we got a lot of great people from the community. And the other cool thing I should probably mention, Myron, before we do Q&A is we're going to do, we got a bit of a special. Should I tell them a little about the offer real quick, or you want me to do it wait till to the end?
About the offer, and we can do it again at the end. I forgot my microphone was off.
Oh, there you go. There you are.
So
awesome.
You can do both. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll summarize it right now, and then at the end I'll kind of go through all the details. But just so you know, we did do an offer. I think it was about a week ago. We had so many people jump in, and just so you're all aware, we are maxing out this offer at 1,000. Just so you're all fully aware. And also, what's kind of interesting is I think we're approaching 700 people.
And by the way, when he says maxing out at 1,000, that means when we get to 1,000, we are no longer making this offer at this price, right?
That is 100% accurate. And so we'll do some Q&A, and then what I'll do is I'll go into maybe even during the Q&A, I'll show you guys some of the stuff with AI, answer your questions. But at the same time, at the end, just word of warning, like stick around to the end, because I think the offer we're going to make for you guys is a no-brainer. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
Awesome. So do you have a list of questions, or do we want to start?
Yeah, if you guys want, put the questions in the Q&A. Q&A, that would be great.
People can put questions in the Q&A, and
as you do that, I'll read them off for you, and we'll go that way.
And in addition to that, Miguel, we sent out a form for people to submit questions as well. So we'll have some of those too here in a few minutes. But if they've got questions in the chat, we can start with that. Oh,
awesome. The first question was someone's asking about the correct app for talking to your phone, and basically the texting app. So there was a demo that I showed a little bit last week, which is kind of cool. And so maybe what I'll do is I'll show that while the questions start coming in. And so let me go ahead and share my screen really quick. And so there's this really cool tool here's an example. So here is one of our tools. It's called Captivation Genius. Okay. And so this tool, what's incredible about it, you can create branding, you can create your own podcast, you can write your own books, you can the sky is the limit with this tool. But here's the interesting thing. Let's say we go into one of these tools and let's say, hey, I want an idea to create a viral reel, right? Well, if I wanted to create a viral reel, I'd have to write out what's the video about. So I have to start typing, right? And so most people, they spend too much time with AI typing. And the biggest key to AI is context. And so that means you want to, which is kind of funny, your whole life you're taught not to ramble. AI loves rambling, okay? So type rambling in the chat. So the more you ramble, the more it understands what you want. So instead of me, when you're typing, you're typically trying to write the least possible. And so what I like to do is I'll use a tool called Whisperflow. And you won't be able to see it, but basically what Whisperflow does, it allows me to click one little button or hold down a key on my computer, and whatever I say through the microphone will magically appear on the screen, okay? And it's Whisperflow, okay? You'll find it's Whisperflow. And so when I hit the button, here's what happens. Watch this, okay? So let's say I wanted to make a viral reel, and I have no idea, and I want to go viral on Instagram, and maybe, I own a lawn care business, but I've never done Instagram. I would go into Captivation Genius, and I would say, hey, what's the title or topic of your video? Let's say, I don't know, let's say gardening tips, okay? Gardening tips. Okay, and so then over here, what's your video about? I would click on the whisper flow button and I would start chatting with it. So I'm gonna go like this. Yeah, so I want the video to be maybe about like 3 beginner tips for gardening. I run a gardening company, and the more people that I get that like my gardening tips, what ends up happening is they'll probably come in and they'll want to maybe ideally buy from me, and my products are really cool. I actually teach people how to garden, but I also do custom landscaping, and at the same time we also do lawn care and all that kind of great stuff. So if you could come up with like 3 great tips, and I don't really know much about Instagram, so if you can come up with the best way to set that up for me, that would be great. Now, what's kind of cool about Captivation Genius is so we've basically put my entire brain into this system. And so what ends up happening is you're kind of talking to me. It'd be like if you're consulting with me and you're like, hey, how do I make a viral Instagram reel for my business, right? Then you can explain the tone, and everybody's different. So I would put probably funny and a little bit quirky. Like, so for example, I don't know if you've seen that viral reel from Myron. I'm sure you have, where he's pouring stuff all over his beautiful car, and it looks like he's going to light it on fire. And Myron, even just with your voice, Myron, I assume that video performed pretty well for you, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I had a gas can and I was pouring water on my Rolls Royce. And then I took a match and I said, I'm going to light my Rolls Royce on fire today. Well, I can't lie, right? So clearly I'm going to light my Rolls Royce on fire. But what I did was I also had a toy Rolls Royce, and I poured actual gasoline on that one and then lit that one on fire. Okay, and so I did light my Rolls Royce on fire. I just didn't light the one I drive on fire. Okay, and so yeah, that video got a lot of views. And Miguel, I got the list from my team of people who submitted questions early as well, so we can jump into some of those whenever you're ready as well.
Sure.
They've got some for you, some for me, and some for
I love it.
us.
Yeah, I'll finish this one up. But so how many of you would love to go viral like Myron, right? So you have to come up with those ideas, right? So and if you come up with unique ones, obviously things go right. You got to go check out that. When I saw that, I was like, that is so genius. So one of the things this tool does, to give you an example, it comes up with the hook, the body, the call to action, and the on-screen. So it's going to tell you basically how to come up with the entire idea for your viral reel. So there's a bunch of different tools in here that you can use, okay? And so that's just one of them. So to answer the question, what tool do we use? It's WhisperFlow. And because WhisperFlow allows me to basically talk to the AI like I'm talking to you. And the more you talk to the AI, the more context you give. The secret is kind of within the words you don't say in life, I find sometimes, right? It's not just the words you read, but it's the in between. Like, how many times have you tried to explain something to someone and they didn't do the right thing, and you told them to draw a chicken and they drew a turkey, and you're like, what happened, right? And the reality was you probably left out some key words. And so when you're typing, like there's been studies done, when you're typing, you leave out those key words, those key contexts. So if you ever use AI, I always tell people, I know I got Myron hooked now with his phone and his Telegram, and like when you voice, like Myron, isn't it true when you voice, you say way more than you would have typed, right?
100%, 100%. And I talk to my AI on my phone. I talk to my AI on my computer. I talk to my computer now. Even when I'm writing emails, I talk to my computer.
That's crazy. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some questions in front of me, or do you want to go off your list? Or
So I just want to add one thing. That whole idea for that viral video, that was not my idea. That was Juwan's idea. Juwan, that was your idea, wasn't it? That wasn't my idea. I just said, okay, let's set the Rolls Royce on fire.
Juwan is the man. Yeah, that was such a good idea.
It was a great idea, which, by the way, shows you. Now, AI could have come up with an idea, but like you like to say, AI plus humanity. I like to say AI plus RI, like artificial intelligence plus real intelligence. Like, AI is not going to replace you if you know how to think. If you don't know how to think, it's already replaced you. So I would just want you to understand. So let's look at some of these questions. So I'll start with the question, and I may need your help with this one because this person said this question is for me. And it says, as a poultry farmer, how can I use AI to ensure all the farm management procedures are strictly adhered to? And I would say I don't know much about poultry farming, except I know it has to do with chickens and eggs. And what I would do if that were what I wanted to accomplish is I would allow AI to create for me an SOP for every job. SOP stands for standard operating procedure for every job, for every person who works for me, and then KPIs, key performance indicators, to demonstrate when those things are done, and a way for them to report to AI that they've done it, and then have the AI report to me. That's what I would do. Miguel, can you add anything to that? I'm sure. Well, I know you can. Would you like to add anything to that?
No, I mean that's the key. And so like to me, like when I look at any industry or like anything, like I think the key thing is to have nothing changes with AI, right? Like so it's a matter of you kind of trying to figure out like what the uniqueness is of your business. And so kind of what I would do is I would actually spend a lot of time. This is what I would do this for actually any business, because again, I don't understand fully your business and all that stuff, is I would spend a lot of time creating a great master prompt and a system prompt. And I can't get into all the details of that, but we kind of go through it in the course. It's one of the first few things we go through. And if you're on the chat and you've gone through it, you know what I'm talking about. And basically what that is you spend 10 to 20 minutes telling the AI everything about you and your business. And most people don't do that. Okay, right. Most people, they jump into AI and they start like asking things and questions and it can't really give much great advice. And so what I would do is I would spend the time to describe, and by the way, when you do this, you have to use WhisperFlow, and I'll tell you why in a second. So if I'm getting started in a new business, new industry, or if I was going to coach you in 30 minutes and we were going to jump on a mastermind call, the first thing I would do is I would go in there and I would create a master and system prompt for the client or for yourself, right? And so I would go in on my mic and I would tell it everything about me for 10 minutes, everything I do, how I do it, things, all that stuff. Then I spend 10 minutes talking to it about all of the things about my business, all the nuances, potential legal issues, all that kind of great stuff. Now the AI knows everything and it has that context. Most people don't do that. Most people are like, hey, give me an advertisement for this or give me that. It's like, okay, here you go. And then, later on, maybe you get into different legal issues or whatever, and it doesn't know, right? So that's what I would do. You give it the context. I'll tell you right now, how many of you, before you've used any AI tool, type yes or no, have ever spent 20 minutes before even doing anything telling it everything about you and your business? Yes or no in the chat, right? And typically when I ask that question, just so you know, it's not a trick question, it's 95% of the people say no, unless they've gone through our training. And so that's why AI doesn't work. It can't really give you the right result, right? And so it's called a master prompt and a system prompt. The other cool thing is when you record it with WhisperFlow, it saves everything you're saying locally on your computer, on your device. So why is that important? Number one, if your ChatGPT account, let's say you voiced the gist in there, ever gets shut down, where is all your knowledge and everything you just said? It's gone. All gone. Type gone in the chat if you understand. So you don't want to be kind of like trapped to one individual tool, or let's say you put everything into Claude and your account gets shut down. Once everything's gone. WhisperFlow, everything gets saved locally on your machine in a file. And so what does that mean? One, I have my master and system prompt that I said saved locally. So I can now paste it and put it right in if I want. I can put it right into ChatGPT. Or I can say, hey, I want to go use Claude next. I take the copy from WhisperFlow because it's all saved locally on my computer, and I paste it into Claude, and boom, there you go, and I'm up and running. The other thing, if you got a company, you can take the company prompt and you can send it in an email to your entire company. Like, people don't even understand. So like, let's say Myron, right? He's got a cool master prompt. He saves it once. He can give it to 10, 15 of his employees. Boom, now they all have the context, and now they don't have to start from scratch. And so there's all these different levels to this game, but maybe I answered it too long, but that's kind of how I would answer that question, Myron. Hopefully that added some value.
Yeah, that was absolutely. And somebody asked, a guy named Benjamin, I couldn't see his last name, asked, he said he missed the live stream last week. So is there a way you can catch the rerun? Yes, it's on YouTube right now. It comes down tonight at midnight. But it's on YouTube now, and it's from last Wednesday. It's called. The video thumbnail title is AI GOAT Level, How to Outperform Everyone Else Using AI. So you can go watch that. It's 3 hours and 12 minutes, and the whole presentation. You will be absolutely blown away if you missed that. So wanted to answer that question. And then the next question.
That got a lot of views. I think over 30,000 views now. I don't even lot of people in the comments.
A lot
of
people seen it. It's got 34,000 views right now. So that's kind of wild and crazy. So the next question, I'm going to pull up a Miguel question. I am the author of 2 books. One is on Amazon. The second will be published soon. Can you please advise me on how to market them using Boss AI tools to get the best result? So before you answer that, I'm going to say, like, if you really want to make money, stop selling your books on Amazon, okay? Because all you're doing is building their business. You're giving them the customer data, and you're letting them set the price for something that you created, and you don't need Amazon. You still have to market your book. Yeah, they'll send out a couple of emails, maybe, and sell maybe a couple of books for you. But I taught one of my clients how to do this, like, stop selling your books on Amazon. He made more money in his first 3 months selling books on his own book funnel than he did on Amazon for 2 titles over 2 years. So anyway, Miguel, Boss AI, using Boss AI to market books, which I think is one of the best things that you can do with AI.
Yeah, 100%. Like, so a couple things. Number one, when you go through the whole system, and you can watch the full YouTube, like what we actually do in the system is we teach you how to use AI to market. That's what a lot of people don't know how to do. A lot of people have great ideas, great books, all that stuff. So what do you need? There's a lot of elements that you need in order to market your book. And I mean, and Myron's an expert in this, but I'll just tell you how to apply the AI to it. Number one, you need a list of people that want to buy the book, right? So that when you do the book launch, right? And I agree with Myron too. You probably want to sell it yourself if you can, but that's a whole other thing, is you want to have a list. So how do you get a list of people? Like, if I were to wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If me and Myron were to write a book sometime, what I would probably do is I would build up a lot of demand.
You mean when we write a book? Is that what you meant? When we write a book? Is that what you meant?
When we write a book. Okay. Maybe we're already writing one, wink, wink.
Who knows?
Who knows, right? How many of you in the chat would, if me and Myron did, well, I'm just kidding around, but if me and Myron wrote a book, how many of you would want to read that book? Type yes or yes in the chat. If it was all about AI and business and I think it would crush. But here's the point. I'm doing it live right now, right? What I would do if I was to launch a book is I would build up a lot of pent up demand. I'd build a list of people that would want to buy the book so that on launch day, it basically sells out. I would buy all the books probably. And Myron, you're the king book person here. So maybe feel free to jump in, but I would then sell it directly through a funnel, and I would use freemiums, and I would create freemiums and have a huge, maybe ideally have 10, 20, 30, 40,000 people buy the book like day one. That's how I would launch it. That's how you see a lot of people, say they got New York Times bestseller, all that kind of stuff, is because they set up so much pent up demand that the book sells out like day one. I would even set it up where people could buy. I'd probably have fun with it. I'd probably make it into an offer because, I'm trained by Dr. Myron himself, so I'd make more offers. So I'd probably set up some kind of thing where if you buy 5 books, you get into this challenge. You buy 20 books, you get into this challenge. And so I would basically sell the book that way. So, but here's the tricky part with all of that is like, how do you build the funnel and all that kind of stuff? And so what's really cool and what we show you how to do inside of our system is we show you another cool thing, which is building basically funnels with vibe coding, right? So one of the bonuses that we have is the ability to vibe build out software and build out funnels. So what I could do here, watch this, and this will take a few minutes, but we'll come back to it, okay? So Myron, I can't remember, did he say what the book was about?
He did not.
Okay, so I'll make something up, but let's just say, we'll do one for me and Myron. Let's say, I'll give you guys an example here. So I'll say, okay, so what I'd like you to do is build me a lead magnet for a funnel, okay? And that's going to be for a book that Myron and I are going to co-author, and it's going to be called, AI Boss Moves.
AI Boss Moves, great, love it.
AI Boss Moves, how to dominate in the AI industry and make more offers. And what I want the whole thing to be about, what the whole book's going to be about, is how to leverage AI to 10x all of your results in business and life and everything. And so we're really going to talk about that. A lot of the book is about AI plus humanity. We really believe that AI, when applied to humans, can increase and amplify and not remove and take away like everybody else is teaching with AI. And so what I want you to do is build a beautiful funnel. I like golds. I like blacks. Feel free to do some research on Myron Golden. Everything he touches is golden. And so yeah, I want you to create like great funnel copy at the top. I want you to create great funnel copy at the bottom. I want you to build it all out in a beautiful way. I want the top hero section to be absolutely gorgeous. I want some animations. I want scrolling, the whole 9 yards. Okay, so there's more to this behind the screens, by the way. I'm just doing this real quick because we're on a Q&A. And we also have a tool before this that you would use. You would come over here, okay, and you would go to Branding Mastery. And over here, we have a tool called Product Vibe Funnel Builder, okay? And so when you click on this tool, you can actually go in. Remember I talked about the master prompts and all that? You would go in here and you would paste in your master prompt, which basically describes who you are, okay? And we teach how to do that. And then down here, you would talk about whatever your product or service is. So you would tell it about the book, okay? Then you would hit this button below. And again, I'm just, I don't want to do too much training today, but you'd hit this button here, and then you take all of that and you paste it into this tool. So if you're wondering like, yeah, Miguel, well, I don't know how to say everything you just said, Captivation Genius is like me and you consulting back and forth, and then I tell you exactly what to say. You don't even have to say anything. You just paste it in and it does it. And then check this out. Now this tool is going out. It's setting up the design system. It's going to build the hero sections. It's going to build the content philosophy. It's going to build the lead capture, the form footer, the whole 9 yards. And it'll take about 5 to 10 minutes. But to answer your question, that's what I would do is I would build exactly how Myron said. I would build out a beautiful funnel that sells your book. And I would also build out probably other funnels that lead to freemium. So I'd probably have 7 secrets to XYZ or 10 secrets to this. And I do that over the course of probably 6 weeks, building up that pent-up demand. And then when the book launches, I take that list and I send an email to all those people saying, hey, the book is launched. Here's how you buy it. I'd probably have a couple of offers together. That's kind of how I would do it. Hopefully that makes sense. Myron, is that kind of, I don't know. You're the master of the books.
100% on point. 100% on point. And I know I sound very counterintuitive and very countercultural, saying don't sell your books on Amazon. Anybody who is a self-publisher, first of all, a couple of big mistakes people make when they become authors. Number one, they want to get a book deal. If you get a book deal, all you're doing is giving money away. But I want my book to be in bookstores. That's another big mistake people make. They want to sell their book in bookstores. Why would you want to sell your book in a bookstore? It's one of the worst places in the world to sell books, unless you are famous. Now, if you're famous, selling books in a bookstore could be a good idea. If you're not famous, it's a terrible idea. Nobody's going to go in there looking for your book when they've got all these, they've got Robert Greene and they've got all these other, they've got Tony Robbins and they've got all these other people who are well known, and they're going to come into a Barnes & Noble and look for your book? Child, please. Okay, that ain't happening. I'm fairly well known. I don't sell my books in bookstores. Here's why. I sell my books in a vacuum. What does that mean? That means the only book for sale where my books are for sale is my book. In fact, I don't even sell multiple books in the same vacuum. Trash Man to Cash Man has its own funnel. Boss Moves has its own funnel. Any other new book that I write will have its own funnel. So you will make way more money, way more sales, and more importantly, you will acquire way more customers if you do it that way. And everything that Miguel just told you, spot on, spot on. Somebody asked in the chat earlier, do all these different tools have different subscriptions? Yes, but there are some tools where you can pay one subscription and have access to all of them. That's all in the course and in the Boss AI platform. So next question. They said this one's for me, which is hilarious. But I'll answer it and you can answer it because you know the answer to this better than I do. This question is from DK Turner. And they said, how do I build an AI system that learns, how do you build an AI system that learns from your corrections over time without its memory causing drifts, false confidence, or loss of your original judgment? And there are a couple things that I believe that you need to do. Number one is you need to train it on your current database of content. That means if you have a YouTube channel, you give it access to your YouTube channel so it can go and index all of that into your AI brain. That's one. You give it access to your LinkedIn, your YouTube, your Facebook, all of your content. If you've got Google Drives and Dropbox folders, all of that as well. And so what you do, once you've done that, is when you start directing your AI, set up a file system inside your AI so that it knows that whenever I ask you for this, I want you to do these 4 things and then go to the next folder to look for the next thing, and it keeps on doing it. And so, for instance, let's say I've got 5 marketing courses that I've bought, or advertising courses that I bought from certain people, right? And I want to be able to use those as resources, but I don't want to have to go watch it and listen to it again. So I can load that data into my own. My personal AI lives on my desktop. I can load it into my computer in a folder that says advertising coaching programs, so that when I want to ask advice from the people that I bought these courses from, I just go in, and when I ask for coaching on advertising, always check this folder. And so it's always going to go and check. That's one of the steps in that process. So the better you are at thinking, and the more you use AI and interact with it and have conversations with it, the better you are going to get at using it. Miguel?
Yeah, that is 100% correct. I sometimes wonder if we were like born at the same time or something. Like we're just so like I've never talked about books before, and like we're so on point with like and exactly what he said is correct, right? So there's kind of 2 ways. The key is to have a folder structure of exactly kind of how it should think and feed the system. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a beginner way to set that up first if you don't know about folder structures. And then I'll show you a little more intermediate and advanced ways to do that. And so does that sound fair? Type fair in the chat if that sounds fair. So if you're brand new, the fastest way for you to use an AI that is learning from you, okay, is called a Notebook LM or Gemini Notebook, okay? Because by the way, they change the names of these tools like every week. So now Notebook LM is called Gemini Notebook. It still looks exactly the same. Okay, so about what Gemini Notebook or Notebook LM does, basically it allows you to create your own custom AI. Okay, you can feed it all your information, which is kind of crazy. And a lot of people don't know this. Like, how many of you have never used this tool, by the way? Type never. You've never used it, okay? If you've never used it, this is probably the most powerful AI tool you have never used, okay? And what this allows you to do is, like, I'll give you an example. Like, there's 7 levels to AI. The top level is building your own LLM. And it's going to take, like, it takes a year, 2 years. Some people will never build one. This tool kind of lets you build your own kind of mini LLM in record time, which is basically now you've created a model that responds how you want based on the data that you've fed it, right? So let me just show you. So let's just say I wanted to train myself up on Myron Golden, right? I would just type Myron Golden, and instead of me watching all of Myron's videos, what I could do is I could create like a little mini Myron, right? And so again, I wouldn't have access to any of his paid content or paid teachings, but I would have access to all his free content. So check this out. So what I could do here, right, is I could go and do a search for Myron, and I can right click on Myron and copy link address. And I go back over here, and I'm going to click add sources. Okay. And we go through this in detail in the training. And so now what I can do is I can click on this little websites, and I'm just going to paste in that video just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to copy the link address just like so. And then I'm going to go over here. Oh, wrong one. And I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to paste that in. So I can keep copying and pasting as many videos as I want, right? And the more videos that I copy and paste, the more that it's going to train and learn about the individual or person. I can do this for any subject. If I wanted to learn how to write a book, I could type how to write a book at the top, and then I can start getting all these different pieces of content on how to write a book. I can copy the link address, I can paste it into the tool, and then as I paste these things in, I'm going to stop there, right? But in about 10 minutes, I could probably paste in 10, 20, 30 videos, and all I'm doing is I'm feeding it with information, right? So if you had your own information, your own YouTube, or even if you have files on your desktop, you can insert all of them. Then when you hit insert, watch this. This is like magic. This AI now goes out on supercomputers and has now watched all of Myron's videos in like less than 5 seconds. Isn't that crazy? So now I could go add sources. I could upload files. I could copy in text, and basically I'm building my own model like in record time. And so then what I can do, I can click on, let's click mind map over here, and I'll show you what these things do in a second. I'm going to click infographic. I'm going to click quiz. I'm going to click audio overview, slide deck. So now what I can do is I can engage with this chat, and I can be like, what are, according to Myron, what's the best way to build wealth? Okay. So I can do something like that. And now here's what's cool. Instead of the tool going out on the internet and like just guessing, what it does is it only does it based on the data that you've given it. Does that make sense? So it's really cool because then it's not going to forget all of the data that you've given it, right? So now it's telling me, and I'm going to test Myron here because here's what's really cool, right? So not only can I learn from this, right? I can also go over and I can create like mind maps from this. So let me click on this button. Let's say I really want to learn more. I click on this and it's going to give me a success map now based on Myron, based on what Myron teaches, surviving the slow start, faith focused framework, 6 steps to quantum leap, right? And I can learn the 6 steps to quantum leap: quantify, qualify, simplify, amplify. By the way, Myron, is this correct? Is this accurate? It is, yeah. It is, yeah. So it's pretty cool, right? So now, so what I can do is I can click.
100% correct, Miguel. It's 100%. Like I literally just did those videos recently too. This is crazy.
This is crazy. Like AI is like you're giving yourself a superpower. Like this is what people don't understand. Like let me tell you this too. If you take a building and you have 100 people in the building and you give one of them AI, they instantly become the smartest, right? But once everyone has AI, 100 people in the building, everyone has AI. This is very important for all you to get. Everyone has AI, 100 people in the building. Then who's the smartest? The smartest person in the building now is whoever was the smartest before AI. You guys getting it? Is that melting your brain a little bit? Like, so the real leverage is for the next 2 years, you can be the one person in the building that knows AI. You're 10 times better than everybody else. Like, this is like buying Bitcoin for $1, getting started with this stuff, because you can master absolutely anything. Now, if I want, I can even go in here. Check this out. What if I wanted an infographic on Myron's exponential success? Something that Myron himself maybe hasn't even created yet. Now check this out, okay? This, and Myron can tell me if this is accurate. Okay, this is a blueprint for exponential success from slow starts to quantum leaps by Myron, okay? Surviving the slow start. How does this look, Myron? Is this fairly accurate to your teachings? Are you laughing over there?
I am blown away. What the world? What the world? I don't even have an infographic that good for that lesson. That's crazy.
Right? So, I mean, like, once you understand all these little secrets.
By the way,
like,
Miguel, you got to send that to me, bro. I want that infographic.
There you go, right?
I want that infographic of my stuff so I can use it.
Yeah, like, and I can keep going, and, maybe I'll stop there, because, like, there's just so many crazy. I can create audio.
You know what? You know what we should do right now? Just to kind of show off a little bit and have some fun.
Sure.
Since we're two big old kids anyway, why don't we take that infographic and that Quantify Your Success video and have AI write us a song about how to have a quantum leap?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So,
you want to do it right now?
Yeah, let's do it right now. I'm going to turn my camera off for a hot second while you move the needles, and I'll be right back.
Sure. So what I'm going to do here, let me go ahead and do this. So what I'm going to do, okay, now, so this is going to be really cool. So now I have this entire information here, right? So I know everything about quantum leaps, okay? So now I could say, give me all the best details, and you know what? And here's the deal. I actually wouldn't type because it would take me forever. So what I would use, I would actually use Whisperflow. So let me do this. Okay, what I need is in detail all of the secrets for a blueprint to exponential success. If you can give all those things to me, that would be, as Myron would say, utterly fantastic. And then once you give me all those details, then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a song out of this. So if you can give me all those details, that would be great. So I'm going to do that. And now it's going to come up here. It's going to tell me, it's going to think about it. Okay, it's going to give me all these different things. And then once I have all this, it's going to go refine the success blueprint. It's going to do all this stuff. By the way, while it's doing that, okay, check this out. What I can actually do is I can even create like flashcards of all of this, so I can test myself if I really want to learn Myron's content. Like I've been using this now for almost 8 months, and I have like mastered. I'm not even kidding you. I have mastered content from some of the greats like Tony Robbins, like Myron himself, a whole bunch of people, Russell Brand, like so many people. I've used this to really finally learn and understand like the intricacies. Like you saw Myron just now, he was blown away. Like how many of you understand how much of a superpower this is? Like type superpower in the chat. And again, when the right people use this for good, like it's crazy kind of what you can build here, right? So check out these flashcards here. If I go over to the flashcards, right, you'll see kind of all these different flashcards coming up on the side. And if I click this, it's like, according to Myron, what does a slow start in business signify rather than failure, right? So, and if I don't know the answer, I can hit see answer, a sign that you haven't yet learned what you need to know to win, right? So let's say I got it, I would hit yes, and I got it. So now it knows I've learned that. And in a tunnel analogy of a slow start, what does the inability to see light represent, right? And if I don't know, I click see answer, being inside the process rather. So anyway, point being, as I do this, I can learn. And if I don't know, I can click on give me more details, explain, and it will explain it to me how Myron would. And then once I'm done, I can say, hey, you know what? Can you make me a quiz about this? And then it'll go out there and build me a custom quiz. So now, according to the source material, what's the slow start in a new endeavor, right? And so now I can choose the right answer. If I get it wrong, it says not quite. I can say explain. So you can master like literally anything when you learn some of these things. Now let's go back to the song. So if I go over here, right, a song about achieving exponential, here's the details about it, right? Quantify, quality, improve, manage, simplify, amplify, right? So I got all these things here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Captivation Genius. I'm going to click on music creation, and I'm going to click on hit music maker. Okay. So, and actually, why don't we do this together? Okay. What we're going to do is in the genre, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Michael, you can just turn me back on. You go ahead.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah. So if you guys want, in the chat, tell me what genre of music you would like me to create. It can be anything you want. So in the chat right now, we'll be a little engaging. So we got bluegrass in there. I saw that first. So we'll do bluegrass. Okay, bluegrass. Anything you want to add in there, Myron? It'll be your song too.
Yeah, I like pop. I like country, but let's. Okay. What I would like to do though to make this. I don't want to mess with AI. I was going to say let's pick one genre and then pick a style. So
you pick.
So I pick. You're hilarious. Let's make it like a combination of pop with just a hint of hip hop, and with the style of a man.
Yeah, and pick an artist.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a couple of different artists that I would like. Billy Joel type lyrics with a Michael Jackson flavor. That'd be a vibe.
I'm probably spelling things wrong. I am not a great speller, so I apologize. Okay, so what's your song about? So here's the cool part. So for song about, we can actually use two tools together now. I can go over to Gemini, right, and I can see like basically all of the stuff that it taught me about Myron, right? So it's got the multiply, the amplify, all those things. So what I could do here is I'm literally just gonna copy this, right? And I'm going to paste it into our music generator tool, just like so. Okay, pretty cool. Now, are there any words that we definitely want in here? Maybe, so now we could say maybe, quantify.
Multiply, amplify, all those words, all the 6 steps, we want to make sure all of those are included for sure.
Quantify, amplify, simplify. What else? Magnify.
The word quantum leap would be good, I think.
Is that 1, 2, 3? Am I missing anything, or is that good? I think I got them all right.
Close enough for government work. Let's go.
You're so funny. Sometimes it's hard for me not to laugh. I gotta say on these webinars, you're just hilarious.
Thank you. I hope you guys can see that AI is a tool. And a tool, like AI as a tool by itself, cannot do anything any more than a hammer can build a house without a builder. It's a tool.
Exactly.
And it requires somebody who is an expert at using the tool to produce something that the marketplace desires.
100%. You know what I'm going to do too as well? I'm going to add your name in here because it's your thing. So I kind of want to say Myron. It was really good what it came up with. I'm just going to just add your name in there because it is your song. Okay, so check this out. So what this tool is doing, it knows, okay, this is going to be a combination of a pop with a hint of Billy Joel type lyrics with Michael Jackson, piano, bounce, rap, modern groove. That's right? It figured out the perfect tempo. It figured out the verse. So what our tool does, just so you know, because there's a lot of AI slop music out there, it actually analyzes all the music, all the stuff, and then figures out the best way to lay it out, the best way to lay out the words so it sounds human, because the biggest, most important thing is humanity. All the music tools out there right now, they get the lyrics wrong, and they get the music pretty cool, but the lyrics are off, and so then it just doesn't sound good. And so that's what this does. This is going to just, now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go into Suno, which I think is like $10 a month, or you can make 4 songs a day for free. Okay, if you're wondering, it's just suno.com. I'm going to paste in the lyrics and then see where it says styles right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to totally cheat and just copy the exact style. So our tool has figured out the style in order for the AI to create music that's going to sound just like we asked, ideally, right? So now we're going to go over here. I'm going to paste that in and I'm going to hit create. Now, what's crazy is most people, again, they kind of just say, hey, AI, give me some random lyrics, or they start to type up lyrics themselves. They're not music producers. But what I like to think of is like most people, so there's a lot of like discussion about music right now. Here's what I would say, okay? You need to understand, and as it's making the song here in about 30 seconds, we'll play it. What's right now, like here's the thing. Most artists, just so y'all know, use auto-tune, okay? No, number 2, almost all of them that I know have very, I'm talking recording artists, have very, very expensive equipment. They go into $500,000 recording studios, some of them $1 million. They have to hire a music producer. And so, which is all amazing, by the way. I have friends that are amazing musicians. My mom was a musician in South America. Like, so she recorded back then a tape, okay? Like, and so I get it. I love music. But the reality is modern musicians all already use AI. You understand what I'm saying? Think about that for a minute. How many agree? Type agree. Like, to some way, shape, or form, AI is simply the evolution of computing. And all of them use the best microphones. So what I actually think is happening, this is just my opinion, okay, this is my own Miguel opinion, is right now what's happening, the fight with AI, is that people that had what I would call moats or tranches around their business, meaning the barrier of entry to create your own music was so high, those barriers of entry are now gone. They're obliterated. So anyone with a good humanity idea to make an amazing song or has an amazing lesson to teach can now make a song that sounds like it was produced. Like, I'm going to play you something. I haven't even heard it yet, but let's see. I know that what we mixed here, just so you know, is 3 tools. Actually 4. We mixed Myron's knowledge with Gemini to make my custom learning language model. Then we took the custom model and we went into Captivation Genius, which can make hit music. It did that. Now going into a 4th tool, Suno, and pasting all this in, right? So again, once you go through our system, this will all be second nature to you. Like, I could show you, like, we have an entire community of people inside of Boss AI Secrets. You see here, we got 656 members. Like, they absolutely are loving everything, right? And they're creating their own music and their own songs and creating their own podcasting logos. And like, look, that looks awesome. And so, like, all these different people and creating their first song. This person created their first song. This is like a week ago, someone made their first song. There's so many people in here just winning like crazy. So anyway, how many of you want to hear the song? Type song in the chat. Again, this is AI, so I don't know yet what it's going to say or sound like. So hopefully it sounds great, but let's put it on. Let's see what, oh, and I got to share my audio. So just so you know, I'm going to go back to sharing right away. I just have to stop sharing for a sec. I'm going to share right away. I just got to hit share sound and audio, so don't worry about it. Okay, I'm going to go back here. Share sound. I'll share it as stereo. And okay, I'm going to share that. Okay, we're back. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a song and let's see what it sounds like. Quantum Leap Groove. Okay, let's go.
check the mirror straight, no filters on my face, numbers on the page, tell me what to change. I count the real attempts, not dreams I never sent. Baseline in the light, now I can go it right. If I don't face the facts, I can't adjust the track. What I don't watch goes wild, what I watch gets style. Quantify, then I fly. Simplify, make it right. Amplify, let it ring. Magnify everything. Multiply, watch it move. That's my quantum leap groove. Quantify, then I fly. Turn my weak into proof. I raise my standard high, no wishing as a guide. Quality in the input, make the output look good. Find the leverage point, one move it hits the joint. Delegate the small stuff, let the system do love. I don't grind just to grind, I design and align. Less stress, more results, that's the code in my pulse. Hey, quantify, then I fly. Simplify, make it right. Amplify, let it ring. Magnify everything. Multiply, watch it move. That's my quantum leap groove. Quantify, then I fly. Turn my weak into proof. Hey, 80 goes in the bin, 20 gets me to win. Cut the noise, get the gold. Do the few, do it bold. Great results need a street. Right rooms, right heartbeat. Build the bond, earn the trust. Then the ask feels just. Turn the volume to 10, say it again, again. Paid or sweat, I'm there. Consistency is prayer. Momentum starts as pain, then it feels like a train. Mass up, stack my play, short in time or days. Quantify, then I fly. Simplify, make it right. Amplify, let it ring. Magnify everything. Multiply, watch it move. That's my quantum leap groove. Quantify, then I fly. Turn my weekend approved. Quantify, then I fly. Simplify, make it right. Amplify, let it ring. Magnify everything. Multiply, watch it move. That's my quantum leap groove. Quantify, then I fly. In my life approved. Myron Golden in my mind. I'm on schedule, I'm on time. Quantify, then I fly. Watch the numbers touch the sky. Quantify, simplify, amplify, magnify, multiply, right, quantumly feel alive.
Boom. There we go. What'd you think, Myron?
Wow. What a vibe. It's so mind-blowing because just seeing that one demonstration ought to let you know that there's so much opportunity in front of you. There are businesses that would love to have somebody come and create a theme song, a jingle. And you could sell that, you could license it to them for X amount of dollars a month. You could sell it to them for X amount of dollars. Like, there's so much opportunity here. And so we've got a music artist here in the building with us. Breezy's here. And one of the things, her mind's blown, okay? But one of the things one of the opportunities I think for musicians is to go in, because generally speaking, a musician is going to be really good at lyrics or really good at music. Every now and then you'll find someone who's great at both, but that's not how it usually works. And so what you could do is you could literally you could write your own song. Let's say you're great at lyrics, write your own song, have it create the song for you in whatever genre you want, with whatever instruments you want, and then you go learn how to play it, and then you perform live the song that your AI wrote for you. There's so much opportunity. It's just there's too much opportunity to take advantage of. That's the problem. There's too much opportunity to take advantage of.
It's true. It's true. You know what's interesting too? Like, like, so when people come to me about AI, I'm like, they're like, and again, this is going to sound crazy. When people come to me like, well, how do I, make money with AI? I'm like, well, it depends. Like, what's the question? Do you want to make 100 grand? Do you want to make, a million? Do you want to make multiple millions? Cause like, so like, and if you're a beginner and you're just like, dude, I just want to learn how to make like $1,000. And again, I can't promise or guarantee anything,
right.
But like, if you were to ask me, or if my son were to ask me, hey, how can I, start a side hustle? Like the easiest side hustle right now is to learn AI better than the next guy. And let me give you, how many of you want 2 great ideas that would work instantly right now, like in record time? Okay. So number one, remember the vibe thing where we were building like a website, and I was telling you how we could build this website like in seconds. Like, do you guys want to see that? Like, check this out. Okay. Let's go see what it did. So, and I had no idea we were going to do this. Right. Someone asked a question about
this is like, this is live Q&A, unprompted, unpre-planned. It's just, we're going by the prompts with the questions. So
I love it. It's and like, I love hanging out with you, Myron. You're so fun. So anyway, sorry, I had to get that out of the way. So like, check this out. AI boss moves. Like the funnel is done. Like, Myron, tell me how long did it take you to build your first funnel, like for a book?
My first funnel that I ever built was actually for an audio program, which is basically the same thing. It took me a month.
Right? And did it look this good?
It was so ugly. It was the ugliest website you've ever seen that made money. It had colors that didn't. I'm colorblind, so me putting colors together is already a disaster. Just looking for a place to happen.
You're so funny. So I mean, like. So like you can do anything with this stuff. Like, and like, look at this. Doesn't it look awesome? Type awesome in the chat. Like, how good does this look? I did this with one prompt, right? So now I can add my own images. I could obviously throw in my real book picture. I can do all of that with AI as well. I can literally do that with AI. And so I can build. So, and look at this. I hover over and things happen. Look at, and our AI is smart. So it'll actually even suggest things like, do you want to add a sticky countdown timer at a bar for a book launch? I'm like, yes, please. Again, because we've taught it everything about marketing. This is not just some chat GPT tool or Claude. This is like a marketing funnel builder and website builder that knows marketing. So it knows what to suggest, right? It's even got other suggestions. Do you want to include a sneak peek section? Do you want to include a marquee scrolling with testimonials? I'll probably do that next. And so it starts to figure this out. Now here's the cool opportunity. I promise you, I tell you a couple opportunities to make money. So one, with what Myron said, like you can go to people and write them a jingle. 2, you can redo people's websites in record time. So like, for example, all I would have to do is look up a company. So like, for example, I did this just to save a bit of time. I did this the other day with a company. I can't remember. It was like some kind of lawn care company in my city. And so basically, let me go over. I think I did lawn care Winnipeg, which is where I'm at, right? And I went through and I did it live and I was like, okay, well, let's look at some people's websites. So all of you locally have a lot of local businesses that have no idea, okay, that have no idea how to build websites like this, right? And so the problem with that, and this is where I call it, like, this is the best part about AI, is that we can actually, like, I believe we're all called to serve, right? So to me, every decision I make is never like about me. It's always about like, how can I serve more people? That sounds weird, but that's in this culture, but that's kind of how I do it. And so for me, like what I try and figure out is like how I can literally like create things for other people. And so, so anyway, just to go, so what I would do is I would Google, like look up, okay, lawn care companies in my city. And then when I find one, usually you go to the second page, you'll find ones that aren't that great. And then if I go to like to other, like let's say this one, Maple Yard Works, right? So here's a website, it doesn't look super great. It looks very old school. So literally all I have to do if I wanted to recreate their website, like, I mean, obviously they're trying hard. They're a business owner, but they're on the second page of Google. They probably don't rank well. So all I do, like, check this out. If you can do what I'm about to do, you have a business. I'm going to take this. I'm going to copy that link. I'm going to go over here to the Vibe Builder and I'm going to just say simply this with Whisperflow. I need you to remake this website for me, fully modern, very engaging. That's going to look super awesome. Right now, it doesn't look great. Go look at it and rebuild the entire website using all of their text and images and so forth. Okay. So that's literally all I'm going to say. And then I'm just going to paste in that website like that, hit enter. And now this tool is going to go out there, and we'll go look at it in a second. It's going to go out there, take this website that doesn't look great right now, okay, and it's going to redo it. And so when it's done, okay, and we'll come back in a few minutes because it's going to take time. It's going to analyze. It's going to get all the copy of the text. How many of you could do that? Type yes in the chat. Could you go to a website, copy, paste, enter, right? So then all I do is I would call the business owner, kind of like what Myron was saying with the song, and be like, hey, I noticed you're on the second page of Google. I actually redid your website. I SEO optimized it. I made it look really great and engaging. Do you mind if I send you a copy so you can take a look at it? Now you notice what I said? Now, again, I've gone to the school of Myron for like sales, so I know exactly what I'm saying. so I'm going to make people not an irresistible. It's irresistible. I'm going to make them an offer they can't refuse, right? And so no one's going to say no to that. I didn't ask them for a sale. I said, can I send you your website that I've already redone that's going to rank high on Google? Look at your area right now. Think about like 5 mile radius. There are probably 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 businesses just like that. They would look at it. They would say, that looks great. And then all I say is like, hey, do you want to buy it for $500? They'll say, sure, done. And I can host it. And in a few clicks, I can host that website inside of our platform in a few clicks, right? And so that's the power you have right now with AI. You can redo anyone's website. You can make music jingles. You can learn anything. But everything we're showing you in the last even 30 minutes, most people have no idea how to do it. Anyway.
Right. 100, Miguel. There's so much opportunity. All of us together don't have enough time or energy to take advantage of all the opportunities at our fingertips. It's mind blowing. So with regard to the music, because Linda Jo White asked a question, which is really good, I think, because she's like in the sound energy, sound frequency healing space, and she said, can you utilize your AI platform to create, record, and publish music recorded at 432 hertz and 528 hertz frequency? And I think the answer is probably going to be, well, of course, if a human knows how to do it, you can almost rest assured that AI knows how to do it. What would your answer be, Miguel?
My answer is I don't know about that, so I don't know. So what Myron knows about me is I will not answer a question I don't know the answer to. But here's what I will say. Okay, you can take whatever you make, and Suno actually has an advanced mode. And so let me load that up. So this is advanced Suno mode. Okay, so it has an even more advanced mode than this. But what it'll actually do, that song that we just played, just so y'all know, I can break it up into different things. So kind of how what Myron was saying is not all artists are great.
It's got different layers, like different channels.
Yeah, you can layer it all out. Yeah, you can layer it all out. You can take out your vocals. So also to your last point, Myron, if you're a musician, exactly what you said, people that are in music know, most people don't even write their own songs. You go look at it, they had someone else write it. Someone else did, sometimes 12 people worked on one song. Mm-hmm. So exactly right. What Myron said, you can go in here, do that. And then, okay, that was my words, my lyrics. Okay, now I want to put my vocals in. All I do is I delete the vocal track and everything else stays. And now I have a song that I wrote that with me in it, right? Or let's say Myron knows how to play guitar. He takes out the guitars and adds his guitars in it. So there's a lot of different features and functionality. Once you have this done, you can actually export the full song, and then you can import it into Adobe Audition if you want, which I've used, and then you can do what the lady's asking on the thing. I don't know all the different frequencies in that, so I don't want to go into that, but you can, what I'm saying is you can absolutely edit any of the AI songs any way that you can any other song.
100%. And the reason I said I guess that it could, because I don't know either. The reason I said I guess that it could is because AI has read way more stuff than all of us put together. And so if you know what 432 hertz is and 528 hertz is, you can rest assured AI knows what it is. Now, does the particular platform that he just used know what it is? I don't know. But that's an easy thing to figure out if Suno knows that or not. So good stuff, Miguel.
Yeah, and when you export it from Suno, you can go into the, so then when you have it all layered out, you can change the hertz inside of Audition. So you could say hey, put this, if what you, because I remember back in the day, it's funny, yesterday I was going through some stuff and I found an old VHS tape of Tony Robbins' Personal Power that I went through. And actually, Aaron, if you're odd, can you find that tape or the tapes or the VHS and bring it down here for a second? Because it's hilarious. I collect stuff like this. And anyway, so point being, there was a section in there where he has audios at the end where you can program your mind for like total success with like NLP. And I'm not going to go into all that stuff, but this is, anyway. So the point being that to do those things where you don't hear the words, if that's what you're asking, like you can do that. You can take the thing, you change the hertz on it, you change the sound settings, and then it can do that. But I've never done it before, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Great question.
Good stuff. Good question. And by the way, it's 11:01. We're gonna go for one more hour. So Miguel, let me know how much time you need to go over the offer, and we'll answer questions up until that point. And then what I'm thinking, today's the weekend. I didn't even think of that until just now. Today's the weekend. Why is that?
What day is it?
Today's right. Exactly right. Yeah, today's Friday, and like banks closed today. If you're okay with this, Miguel, I'm okay with leaving the card open until Monday night at midnight. That gives people one extra business day after we're done doing this to take advantage of the offer. But you want to take advantage of it today if once we give you the opportunity, if you haven't done so already. Okay.
Well, if you want, what I can do is I can go through the offer now, and then we can do some more questions after that. I'll do the fast version, do like 10, 15 minutes, and then maybe we can wrap it up for another 10 minutes at the end, close it down, and does that work?
Yeah. And and I got more questions here, and I'm sure other, but I think people are getting the gist of the fact that AI is the tool. It will never figure out how to use you, so you've got to figure out how to use it. Because it's the person who has the skill of use of the tool that will get the most out of the tool. Make sure that's you. Okay.
Ooh.
Miguel, do your thing, bro.
So good. I'm learning too. I like it. So here, check this out. Actually, this is funny. So I don't do much Tony Robbins anymore, but like check this out. Have you ever seen these, Myron?
Yeah, I have them.
I think we're twins.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I even got my success journal that I wrote. I did this book. Mm-hmm. My notes are in here. I did this when I was 12 years old. I did this. My dad made me do it. My dad, this is the best thing he ever did for me, is like, and this is when I unlocked like personal development, was I wanted a Nintendo back then, and my parents immigrated from another country, and it was about one present a year type deal, and the Nintendo was like basically $1 million to them. And so my dad said, if you do this personal power program for 30 days and you do the success journal, I will buy you one. And so it took me 2 attempts, and then I did it, and he bought me one. And my dad to this day tells me the joke's on you, because actually I needed you to do this, and I'm so thankful.
Well, I have an AI question for you, Miguel.
You go for it.
So you have the coolest hair beard combination I think I've ever seen. Did you use AI to do that, or is that like is that like actual real, or is that like an AI thing that you did with your hair and your beard combo?
It's so funny. Like, so I had this hair when I was like, I think 18, and then I just kept it. And then like, I like to say it makes me look taller. And then when people meet me when people meet me in person, actually it was funny. Most of the first comments, 50% of the time, I was like, I thought you were taller. But another funny one is apparently it's like in some video game. So at my son's school, like, we do pretty okay, I like to say. And so I drive a Cyber Beast or whatever. We pull up to the school, and up here, there ain't no Ferraris where I live or nothing like that. So Cyber Beast is like the most expensive vehicle anyone's ever seen. And so anyway, so the kids at my son's school love us, right? Like they'll like run out and we'll play music and stuff. But they all say there's like a video game character, I guess, that looks just like me, and they always want to touch my hair. It's really weird.
I can see that. Definitely can see you as a video game character.
Yeah. I know you probably don't want to come to Winnipeg, but one day you got to come up here. You'll have so much fun. There's just a lot of fun stuff going on. But anyway, I don't even know what we're talking about. Oh, right.
Yeah, you're gonna show me. You're gonna go through the offer.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. So actually, so I was gonna show you this website first, but so that was that. But it's still building that. So yeah, let me go through the offer, and then I'll come back to that. So let me load that up here real quick. So I guess the real question is, how many of you like want to see what I think is the coolest shortcut I've ever learned in the world to business success? Type yes in the chat if you want to learn. And so like, I'm not even kidding. Like this would be like, if I always like to preface it with this, is like, imagine if I came to you and I said, imagine you could buy Bitcoin for $1 right now. Like Bitcoin, I don't even know what it's at now. I don't even look at it. I just bought a bunch and I kept it. So I think it's like at 70, 80,000. It goes up to 120,000, goes up and down. So how many of you would take my offer if I said, I'll sell you 100 Bitcoins, each one for $1? How many of you would buy at least 100 Bitcoin for me for $1? Type yes or yes in the chat. Of course, like some of you might even mortgage your house to go buy the Bitcoins for $1, and then you'd probably turn around and sell a couple of them, right? Now, that's where we're different. I wouldn't sell a single one. But anyway, so here's the deal. Here's the thing, okay? This, what I'm going to share with you, in my opinion, is like buying Bitcoin for $1. It's like rewinding the tape because like I told you, right now in a building of 100 people, there ain't no one using AI like we just showed you in like 20 minutes. Imagine if you went through a 4 or 5 hour course where I go through slow and I show you exactly everything. And so that's kind of what we did is we basically built out a system called Boss AI Secrets System, okay? And what it is, it's not just a course, it is actually a system. And let me explain to you what that is. So yes, it includes amazing things like teaching you Notebook LM and HeyGen and AI marketing, lead magnets, how to create courses with AI. You can literally create a course in 10 minutes. It'll create all the slides, every piece of content for you, and all you have to do is voice it over. We show you how to create AI avatars. We show you how to create Claude Cowork and set up Claude Cowork, how to set up your folder structure. We have an AI tool that will set up everything for you. You just copy paste and it's done. It's like literally sitting with me on your own. We'll show you things like, I'm going to share my screen again so you don't need to change it. We're going to show you things like this. Like, look at this website. This is the website that we're going to rebuild, right? Remember this guy's website here? Imagine I call up this guy right now, and I probably could do it live, and I'm not going to. I could call these people, I'm fairly confident right now on the phone and be like, hey, I know that your website's on number 2 on Google. I rebuilt your website. Is it all right if I send it to you right now so you can take a look at it? They're going to say yes. And type whoa in the chat. Look how nice this looks. I didn't write a single line of code. And it's rebuilt the website for me. Get a free quote, happy customers. Like, isn't this insane? Like, I've rebuilt the entire website. It's got like all their images, frequently asked questions. So now I send this to them. Of course they're going to want it. Now, what's crazy is I can add things to this, right? I could say things like, I don't know, let's say, and I'll do this while it's going on. I really love it. I showed it to the customer. They were asking me like if we could add floating leaves inside of the hero image up top. If we could add some floating leaves, they really wanted that. They also wanted the ability to as you scroll, that elements kind of floated into the screen. I don't know if you can do that. And then when you get a free quote, I like how it pops up to the bottom. That's really cool. So if you can just do some of those changes, that would be great. So now imagine, so you show this to them, they're going to give you all the changes. My little hack, you know what I would do? I would just record the meeting. I would literally record the meeting on my phone, and I would just go in here and be like, here's what the customer said. Hit that, hit enter, it changes everything. Done. Like this is the level, okay, of AI where we're at, and no one knows this is out there right now. You could, if I needed to, like if I was flat broke, everything got wrecked around me, you know what I would do? Step number 1, I'd find a way to get 100 grand so I could leverage it. How would I do that? I would do this play for 7 days, and I'm not saying you're gonna be able to do this. I'm crazy. Like, I'm a little bit insane. Like, my work ethic is, I don't know many people. Maybe Myron, that's it. I don't know, Myron, you golf a lot. I'm kidding. but I
do.
I love it. And so like this system teaches you how to do all those things. Okay. And so it's not just the course, it's also a community. I kind of showed you a little preview of it. So many people are winning in the community, right? We just launched this like a month or 2 ago. We had 4 members, right? Now we have, you saw live, like almost 700. Like Myron said, when that number gets 1,000, we're increasing the price, we're shutting certain things down. And I'll show you what some of those things are that are going to get shut down. Okay. So really kind of like some of the things here that I really want to talk about. Let me actually go into it, okay? And let me actually break it down. So number 1, you're going to get the entire masterclass course. So the Boss AI Secrets to help you gain back 10 to 15 hours a week. If all you do is go through the system, you're going to get 10 to 15 hours a week back. And let me tell you why that's so important, okay? I bet a lot of you have tried to build businesses before or tried to increase with your business. and you haven't been able to and it didn't work, and it wasn't because you didn't know or weren't following the right people, it was simply because you didn't have the time. Type time in the chat if you realize one of your biggest issues to more success is you don't have enough time. Okay? So I'm going to tell you something right now. This system gives you back time. People are always like, I want a money back guarantee, all that stuff. Like, here's the guarantee I can give you. You go through this course, you will get back 10 to 15 hours a week or more. It is the cheapest way to buy back your time that I know of on planet Earth, okay? Number two, it's going to give you access to the Boss AI Secrets community, okay? And so this community is the one that you saw. That should typically be $197 a month. You can go in there. You can ask any questions you want. And here's actually the coolest one that people love. And we have like 30, 40, 50, 60. We've had over 100 in some cases on these calls. And so what these calls are, you all have the ability to join a live call every 2 weeks. We host it with my expert AI team, the team that behind the scenes that helps me build out the AIs. Like, I have a whole team that every morning I meet with someone, actually is my son, and he gives me the AI breakdown. And he is like a super geek like me, 10x. Like, look out, world. If you ain't happy with what Miguel did, and haters, be ready for Dominic. I'm telling you right now. Okay. And so you can get on these calls and you get to talk to my expert AI team and ask them any questions that you want. We've had business owners, we've had a magician on there asking questions. And like, so we help them figure out what, so you can join those calls. That's the cheapest way to get in my sphere that on earth, right? So, and that would be $1,000 a month. You're going to get that. You're also going to get access to our monthly updates of the latest AI courses, trainings, because AI changes all the time. So I have an entire staff that's looking at it, recreating training videos, all that. So all of that, if you came to me and said, can I have all that? You know, it would be $63,000 in value. Like that's just how much. If you said, Miguel, can you make me a course? Can you give me bi-weekly calls for a year? Sure, 63 grand, okay? And that would be fair, okay? So here's what we're gonna do for launch. We're gonna launch it at $12,997 or $1,997 per month, okay? That was gonna be the intro launch price. And I'm gonna give you the greatest deal of all time. But before I do that, can I get you all to type agree in the chat if you agree from based on what you've seen that it would absolutely be worth $12,997. This is like buying Bitcoin for $1. Like, I actually say it's better than that because you like once you learn what you're going to learn, you're going to become dangerous, like in a good way with humanity plus AI. Okay. So what's really cool is the Captivation Genius software that I just showed you a little bit. That's the Swiss Army knife of everything. And what that allows you to do is it really allows you to go in and use any AI tool that you want. And it'll give you, as you saw, it can create your own music, right? It can create the websites for you. It can create the books for you. It can do all the hard things that you want to do. It'll literally do every single thing for you. You copy paste. If you can copy paste, you can use the Captivation Genius software. So for the launch of Boss AI Secrets, what we wanted to do is to get as many people as you want as we could in. We were going to lower it to just $9,997. And at that price, probably a lot of people would have jumped in. And we were going to lower the price of the software to $197. But we wanted to make it like a total no-brainer as kind of our beta test group before we hit the 1,000. And then once we hit 1,000, we're gonna launch an affiliate program. So we don't have it yet, but once we hit 1,000, we're gonna launch an affiliate program, which is gonna allow all of you, if you want to join, more details to come, and you'll be able to invite people to a call just like this, which is really cool. And then so you don't have to just send the link, oh, you should get this. You'll be able to invite people to a call just like this where their minds will be blown. And so all of this ends once we hit 1,000. I just want to be very clear on that. So once we get 1,000 members, okay, we're going to end it. So just so that I know, before I do the real big deal offer, type early in the chat if you're interested. And not only interested, but really if you're someone that wants all in, like if you're ready to buy Bitcoin for $1. And so here's what we're going to do. Okay. We're going to lower the price of Captivation Genius from $497 just to $97 a month. That's it. So as long as you stay on Captivation Genius for $97 a month, we're going to give you access to all of the biweekly calls, all those things. And we're going to lower the price of the course in the system from $10,000, okay? We're going to lower it to just one payment of $1,997, just one payment, super simple, and it'll give you full access for 12 months of Boss AI Secrets. Type whoa in the chat, okay? And so what you'll be able to do with this, like I said, like you'll be able to do all the craziest stuff that you could ever imagine with AI. You'll be dangerous, okay? And like this is like the craziest, cheapest possible way we could do it. So what you're going to want to do is go to bossaisecrets.com/begin. And let me quickly just show you what's going to happen when you go there, just so everybody's on the same page. So I'm going to load it up here and I'm going to share my screen in 1 second. Okay. So here we go. Cause I got one more little special deal for some of you. And so just got to find the zoom back. I'm a one-man banjo right now. I've got like 7 different screens going. So this is all, there we go. Found it. Okay. So you're going to go to bossaisecrets.com/begin. And when you go there, you're going to see the single payment, right, of $1,997. Okay. Now, if you want, and you're someone that's like, you know, I'd love to split it up into 2 payments. You can do that if you want. You can do 2 payments of $1,247. Or if you really want to split it up even further, you can do 3 payments of $997 if you prefer. Okay. So that gives all of you some options. Really, like there's no reason not to get started today. Now, we typically don't even do like payment plans and things like that. So we're only doing it on this Q&A call. And so just to finish up with some of the bonuses that you're going to get as you're grabbing that. And again, like I said, we're closing it at 1,000. I don't know when we're going to hit that. So if you want these bonuses, you should jump in now. So these are some of the people in the group, right? They thought they were an AI expert. They were wrong, right? Okay, guys, like I've been using ChatGPT since the beginning. I upgraded to Plus and Pro, and I thought I knew everything. But I literally just one video in and I learned so much. Here's someone else. They're making their AI avatar twins. Here's Tina. She says, I'm blown away. I thought I knew all the things, but no, this was a wise investment to make. So there's all these people like just having so much success. So just to go over some of the bonuses. So above it, like it's already like the greatest like way to learn AI, but what we really wanted to do is serve beginners. So if you're a beginner in the chat, and I'm going to answer some of the questions people are asking about the year and all that. So every year it would be $1,997. Okay. But let me give you some bonuses. So bonus number 1 is worth $1,094. Type beginner in the chat if you're a beginner. So type beginner in the chat if you're a beginner, and we're going to give you one more special deal. Okay. If you're a beginner, but this is only for those that type beginner. So if you would like to lock yourself in for lifetime, like someone just asked of the system. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Okay. Normally the cost for 3 years would be $5,991. Okay. But we know that beginners need a little bit more time. And so as long as you stay on Captivation Genius for just $97 a month, okay, I'll be very clear on that. Okay. We're going to give you lifetime of the system access. Lifetime. That means if we go 4 years with this deal, you're going to get access, right? And so again, AI is evolving. It's going to be around probably for 15, 20 years. This is going to give you the ability to join our bi-weekly calls, lifetime. Imagine that, which is kind of crazy. And so that's an offer we are removing. Like it is a lot of work for us to have one of our staff every other week be on a call with you, sometimes for 2 hours, answering all your questions. They're my top team, so I kind of lose my top team for like an hour, but we want to make sure you all succeed. And I just want you all to win. I know that like when good people get the power of AI, like they just become unstoppable, okay? Bonus number 2, what we're going to allow you to do is take the Captivation Genius software, and I'll come back to that maybe later and explain more, and allow you to create your own AI applets. So instead of just using my AI tools, you'll be able to create your own AI tools if you like as well, and sell those for 100% profit. So it's kind of like having your own custom software without having to write it, okay? I'm going to give you a license to my software so you can go in, you can create your own AI applets, you can charge whatever price you want, and when people buy those applets from you, okay, you will be able to charge them. So I spent about $250,000 more now building this tool. We have $100,000 in a support team that codes it and writes it and works on it. And imagine if you had to spend that, that'd be a lot of money. So we're actually going to give you the keys to my software platform so you can create your very own AI clones of you. You can charge whatever price you want. You can have free trials. You can fully customize the look, feel, the branding, the domain. You can connect it with Stripe. And so we're going to give you that entire thing. We were going to charge $15,000 for a one-time licensing fee and then $997 per month for the ability to white label it. And so what I'm going to do while we're on live, I guess we kind of said till Sunday, I think you said, Myron, we're going to allow this to stay on. If you promise to be one of our best.
Monday at midnight.
When was it?
Monday at midnight.
Monday midnight, okay, and then it's over. Okay, we're going to give you access. If you go to bossaisecrets.com/begin, you're going to get access to the white label version for the $97. So you won't have to get the higher priced version, okay? So you're going to get, just to break it all down, you're going to get the masterclass course, okay? Boss AI Secrets to help you gain back your time. You're going to get access to Boss AI Secrets community. You're going to get access to the bi-weekly calls, like just the bi-weekly calls alone for lifetime is way worth more than $1,997, just to be very clear. Like that alone is worth everything, okay? You're going to get access to the monthly updates. You're going to get access to lifetime of the system, okay? So that's going to save you a ton. And you're going to get access to the white label version, which is a little bit more advanced. But once you learn all the AI, you're going to want to create your own AI software. You'll have the ability to do that. So that's $82,000 in value if you go to bossaisecrets.com/begin. Now, bonus number 3, okay, is the ultimate AI playbooks, okay? So I have separate courses that I've created in the past. One is the Faceless Content Empire. I sell that for $997, okay? It shows you exactly how to use AI to set up a faceless Instagram account for any niche that you want. So if you don't like being on video, all that kind of stuff, I show you how to set up the right way, how to get the profile set up, all that. Use AI for everything, okay? I'm going to throw that in as a bonus today, okay? So you're going to get that. You won't have to buy it for $997. You're going to get the Faceless Content Empire. I also created a system to create your own book. So I have an entire, inside of Captivation Genius, we have an entire tool. We have an entire course training system that shows you how to use Claude to write your own book so that it sounds like you, so that it's like you wrote it. And so that entire system, I have a separate course. It's $997. I'm going to give that to you as well today. We also have the AI Podcast Factory. If you ever wanted to create your own podcast, or maybe you have ever wanted to have a podcast, but you don't even want to be the person talking on the podcast, I'm going to show you how you can create your own AI podcast. We're going to show you exactly how to do that. And so that's a separate course as well. I'm going to include that for you as well. And then we have the AI Music Studio that shows you how to set up the album, make the music. You saw some of that today, but I'm also going to show you in there how you can upload that to Spotify, to Apple Music, to all the different platforms, how to get monetized if you wish, all of those things. Then we have the AI lead magnet. We show you how to create leads for the person asking about the books. Or if you're someone that's trying to build a business and you want more leads, we're going to show you exactly how to do that with AI. Then we have the AI offer stack, which shows you how to build the funnels. This is the part where I show you how to build funnels with voice, which is what you saw me do a little bit of today. And then we have the AI chatbot business. We show you how to use the white label edition, okay, of our tool to build custom AI chatbots, which is a huge business opportunity coming this year, and use them to offer to your customers. And then lastly, we have the AI software builder where we show you how to build and deploy your own AI software, okay? So everything I have in here that we've shown you, plus you're going to get the Faceless Content Empire, the Book Machine Playbook, the AI Podcast Factory, AI Music Studio, you get the AI Lead Magnet Factory, the Offer Stack Playbook, the Chat Business, AI Software Builder, $90,000 in value, okay? It's kind of crazy. bossaisecrets.com/begin if you want to get started. So sorry, Myron, it took me a little bit of time there, but I think I went through all the top points there.
Cool. Yeah, and that's the offer. And guys, take advantage of it before the cart closes on Monday night at midnight. Okay, so we're going to jump back into some Q&A here for another 25, 35 minutes or so. The next question that we have that somebody submitted was, how do I sign up as an affiliate? You already answered that. You can't sign up as an affiliate until we get to 1,000. And we haven't figured out exactly what it's going to look like. So somebody's asking the question, if you were mentoring someone with valuable knowledge, like an audio engineer or a filmmaker or a coach, what would you build first so AI amplifies their expertise instead of replacing their thinking? Where would you focus during the next 12 months? Well, what I would do is what I did for me, and that is that I have a lot of content. I have a large library of content that I've already created. And so I took about a month and a half and trained my AI on about 60% of the content that I have. I still got another 40% of content that I need to upload into my AI brain. And so, and then figure out what the frameworks are for that person, and then train them on how to use AI to go and capture their own knowledge from their AI brain and utilize that to impact the marketplace that they want to impact. Miguel, what would your answer be?
Yeah, that's literally, like, I think we're twins. That's 100% what I would say.
We keep coming to that conclusion, by the way.
Yeah, I want to talk to the big guy when I get up there and be like, hey, why did I have to wait till I was 45 to meet him? Because, like, it would have been a lot of fun. But yeah, so I mean, like, so for me, that is the secret. The secret is definitely for you to build that AI knowledge base, and to bring it down maybe a little more simply, like, because there's different levels to this. Like, what I would do if I were you is I would get started with this so that you learn how to set up. Near the end, more advanced, we get into setting up Claude Cowork, and Claude Desktop. And in there, that's when you start to learn and figure out how to build at least a local type of a brain, which is very cool, which is really important, because then what you're going to want to do with that is actually have the ability to teach it all the stuff that you know. And then you can actually literally have it edit. Now, we have a more advanced kind of course because it's not for everybody. We haven't built it yet that we're working on. And over the next couple months, we'll release more details. But it'll only be available to those that are inside of this community. So no one will be able to buy it unless they've gone through Boss AI Secrets, just so you're fully aware. But like, we're already in development of that. And so just to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, one of the things that we've done is we've developed a custom video editing tool. And so if you're a sound engineer, like something like that, like when you start getting more advanced, you can actually make Claude. Like, you could literally teach, based on your AI brain, once you get your AI brain in there, you could teach Claude how to mix music like you. And you could have it literally control and change and edit. And Claude doesn't even have to use the software. Claude is and this will break your brain a little bit. It did when I first realized this. Every software that you use saves things to files. Now, you can't open those files because most of them are like gobbledygook, right? Well, Claude knows how to read all those files. So you can literally have Claude go and tell it what you want based on what you already have taught it with your brain, and say, do what I normally do it with this song. And it'll go and it can edit WAV files and all that without even using Adobe Audition, for example. Change all the sound settings to make it sound just like you, just with one voice command. And this is the cool part, and this is why we're getting to higher levels here. But Myron, right? He's got his own custom AI on in his house, basically, and in his studios. And so what's cool is he's got everything saved there. That's all his knowledge, right? No one else has that. So when you build the brain the right way, no one else has your brain. So you like, humans won't have to do the hard stuff anymore. So it's all about your knowledge, your IP, your frameworks, all of those things. That's the stuff. You'll be able to just say, hey, go do my thing to this file, and it'll be done. And you could have 100 clients come in and go, hey, I want 100 of these songs done. Cool. Hey, go edit all these 100 songs. I'm going golfing. You come back, they're all done. You give it to them. You still did it. Your IP. Like, that's where the world is shifting. And like, to me, it's blowing my mind. I don't know about you, Myron, but that's my answer to that question.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what's really interesting is I've trained my AI on all of my frameworks, all of my content creation frameworks, all of my business building frameworks. And so I can literally tell it the outcome I desire, and it can create what I would create if I wanted to take the time. I don't think people understand the significance. Like, you can't train a person as well as you can train AI on you. You can train, like, you can literally replicate yourself, replicate your intellectual ability and intellectual property into AI, so that when you talk to it and you tell it to do something, it's doing what you would do. So in essence, you just did it through this machine.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And what's crazy, I'm gonna show off a little bit here, just to show you something, guys. So, and again, this will be stuff that anyone inside of this community that goes in on this course, we're gonna have another system. It's more advanced. Not everybody has to do it, but like, check this out. Like, so this is my, and this is now crazy stuff. Like, this is my AI brain. Okay, type whoa in the chat. Okay, this is my AI brain, and it knows everything about all of the people that I interact with. It knows all of the connections between all of those people, okay? It knows different things that I'm working on, daily executive reports. I can click on these things as well, and it'll come up on the side and tell me everything about my daily executive reports, how it works. So this is my AI brain, okay? This is literally, like, the stuff I'm teaching here, I'm not someone on YouTube that's just like there's a lot of AI people that, I'm gonna keep names out of it. They have no idea what they're talking about. They're making really cool videos, and they have not made $1 with AI other than like making, and there's nothing wrong with YouTube, obviously, love YouTube, but like, I'm using this for my business. I hope you understand. Like, I have a software company called BidIQ, totally different HVAC software system. Like, I'm using this, okay? If I click on that, this is like what the meeting we had and stuff. Like, I'm like, point being, like, AI, once you understand, like, I took my company from 30 people to 300 people, like literally over about a month period. We I don't even know, like, I can't even get into numbers, but like, it's crazy once you realize the AI, but you're like, so what I'm showing you there is like level 6, level 7 stuff, but you're never going to get to level 6, 7 if you don't start with level 1, 2, 3, right? So anyway, I thought I would share a little bit of that, Myron.
Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. Let's look at the next question, which is from Chalet Beckwith. I am a children's book author, and I'm interested in turning my children's book into an animator series called Superhero Kids. Do you think AI is going to improve so that this will be an option to produce a great animation soon? Or are there already capabilities for me to create? There's already capabilities for you to create that right now. Oh, that question was for you, Miguel. I'll let you answer it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I like it. That's great. I based on what I hear here, you'd probably give the same answer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you absolutely can. So if you already have the books written, that's great. You could also, here's another cool one. You could take your existing books, because it's your knowledge, your skill, your expertise. Not only that, you could also take how you think. And we have a tool, by the way, called the Book Author. Let me actually load that up. And so we have this really cool tool that will show you, okay, well, let me just show it to you. I like showing stuff because it's one thing to say stuff, it's another thing to actually show it working. So here's Captivation Genius. You would go over to the Book Author section. We help you create fiction or nonfiction. So if it's fiction, you'd go into fiction and you would tell it your story ideas. Now, what's really cool, I'm not going to go through all this, but you can feed it, okay, you can feed it your past books, and you can tell it, hey, go write me a follow-up book, right? And it'll base it off of your processes, your book frameworks. It can help write additional books for you, okay? Now, once you have that, if you want to create like a live action movie or something like that, right, you can go into the Video Creation Genius, okay? And then you can tell it exactly what you want. So it takes about 20 minutes to render this out, and it connects up with HeyGen. But the other day I did one just for fun. I did one, we were just testing this out, and it's live now. You can actually use this right now, and it connects up with HeyGen. And so basically what this does is I just said, hey, I want a video about me, Miguel. Game of Thrones style mixed in with House of David, maybe walking through some different elements of the creation story, Moses, the battle, and promoting this new thing called iconic branding or whatever, right? So then I said, so this is just a test. Then I said, okay, we're going to have David and Goliath in there. Okay. And so then I hit generate. So for your question, and I'm going to share the movie here. I'll show. How many of you want to see the movie that this made? By the way, type yes or yes in the chat. Okay, and so I was just doing this just to see. And so you could do this. You could have AI create like an animated film for you. Now, again, just so you all know, there's different tools, different costs to all of them. HeyGen is relatively inexpensive. Higgsfield is another one that this connects to. Higgsfield is probably the quality you would want. Cdance 2.0 I would use. It creates the best character consistency. And so what you can do with that, let me show you, I'll show you an example here in a second. And let me see if I can load it up. And so you could definitely create your own things. So this is what I just made for fun. And so this video, I think, cost $4, just so you know, to make, okay? Now, if that sounds like a lot, and then again, it's like pay-per-use, so it just depends. And it's a minute of video. So, but understand, like, the video that you're gonna see here would have, if I wanted a video team to make this video with special effects and all that, it would cost me thousands of dollars, like $5,000-$10,000. So $4 is not a big deal. You don't have to do this, but just to answer the question, let me show you like because I want to show you how it works. Okay, so I would do the prompt, I'd hit the button, then I would take that prompt, put it into Higgsfield. Okay, and so watch what it did. Okay, and again, the secret here is Captivation Genius because it made the whole prompt. And so let's watch it here real quick. Hey guys, Miguel here. We've been working on something absolutely incredible, and I could not wait to show it to you. Hold on one second. Something is happening. See, that's the thing about an iconic brand. When it shows up, walls come down. Everyone counts you out, right up until the moment they cannot ignore you. One smooth stone, that is all it takes. And when everything shifts, the people who prepared are the ones still standing. We built the blueprint for that. This is Iconic Branding Secrets. Isn't that cool? Wasn't that cool, Myron?
Wow. Wow, mind-blowing. And for those of you who are wondering, like, why was it buffering? Because we're streaming it through Zoom. so Zoom had on the brakes, but the quality of that was crazy.
Right? And that was, I hit the button, hit generate, copy, paste in the Higgsfield, go have a cup of coffee, come back, video's done.
Yeah, what a tool, a power tool. If you learn how to use it, you can build anything you want to build. If you don't learn how to use it, you're going to get left behind. That's the reality. So, man, what a great demonstration, Miguel. That was really cool, except the only thing that was missing is you were in the video and I wasn't there, but that's okay. That's okay.
I'm not
going to have an attitude. I'm not going to have an attitude. I
didn't ask if I had the rights to use you, you know? I don't want to get sued.
I'm not going to sue you, my brother. Okay. So
that's so fun. You know why I love having fun with you? Because, like, well, one, we both know our stuff, so we can pretty much do anything anyone asks about AI. I don't know anyone else that could pull this off, to be honest.
Yeah, this is next level for sure. I have an idea for an app. This is coming from Isaac Aviles, or Aviles. I have an idea for an app that can change an industry. How can I connect with the right people? I have the idea. I created it on paper. Now I need help making it into reality. It's great. I think the one thing that I would warn about, even before you go looking for connecting with the right people, is make sure that when you have an idea to create anything, whether it's write a book, whether it's invent a new product, create an app, whatever, make sure you're not thinking of the marketplace. Make sure you're thinking from the marketplace. See, when you're thinking of the marketplace, you're thinking, okay, how can I get the marketplace to care about this thing that I have? When you think from the marketplace, you go into the marketplace, find out where their pain points are, and then you obsess over solving the problems that they have in their pain. And then once you've obsessed over it and you find the most elegant solution, then you go back and let people know, and they will literally beat a path to your door. Which is why, by the way, when you and I partnered on this starting back in at the end of April of this year, we've been able to help so many people in such a short period of time because we started with the pain that was already in the marketplace. And we just created a solution that they were already screaming for. Instead of us creating something and saying, hey, let's go tell everybody what we created. That's always a backwards way to do it. When I'm coaching my clients who pay me $40,000 an hour or $375,000 for an 8-hour day of coaching, the first thing I tell them is never start your business in here. Always start your business out there. If you're going to be an author, don't write the book you've always wanted to write. Write the book the marketplace has always wanted to read. So if you're going to create a solution that they already know they want, not one that you want them to want. So that's where it starts. And I don't know if that was helpful. I hope it was helpful. Miguel, if you have something you want to add to that, do your thing, bro.
Yeah, that was exactly genius. It's funny, like you say a lot of the same things. I say them differently because obviously we have different life experiences, but you're bang on because like I'm in software. So that's my background, if you didn't know, I worked as a Microsoft consultant for 15 years. I was a consultant for some of the top Fortune 500 companies in the world that I can't name. Some of them, the top 10. Okay, and so I did a lot of stuff, did UX, user experience design, and that's not to impress you. It's to impress upon you the fact that when I started building my software businesses about 15 years ago, spent 5 years getting seed money, and I bootstrapped it all, got the money, built the businesses, did the whole thing. During that process, if I had $1 every time someone came and told me, Miguel, I have a great idea for a software product, right? And then the next thing that happens is like, it's not really a great idea. Or they're like, hey, I'll give you 10% ownership in it. And again, just to save you some time, right? Like the reality is everybody has great ideas, which is fantastic. God gives all of us amazing, great ideas. And we should definitely go and take those ideas and make them a reality. Otherwise, as Michael Jackson is alleged to have said, if you don't make it your idea, he's going to give it to Prince, right? So that's why he would get up at 2, 3 in the morning and make music because he thought that if he didn't make the song God just gave him, then Prince was going to go make it, right? And so anyway, all that to say is maybe it is a great idea. So your next step is not to go find people to partner with. I would say your next step is to, especially with AI now, is to what I call, proof it. And so what that means is you have to kind of a different way of saying what Myron said is what I would do is I would build it yourself, right? You can go into these tools like Replit, you can go into tools like Lovable, and you can describe your entire idea. We have an applet in CapGenius that actually you can describe your software idea and it'll give you the exact prompt that you just copy paste it into Lovable and it will go and create out like your entire like your app for you, and it'll cost you probably $200, right? And then now you have something that's working that you can load on your phone, and you can so now if someone like that were to come, to just answer your question, and then you don't show it to me yet. Then you go and you find, 10 people, not your friends and your buddies that are all going to be like, and again, I'm trying to save you some time. I've had thousands of people like this question come to me. Like it's probably higher than 1,000. Okay. Then you don't go to your friends and buddies that are all going to say, yeah, it's a great idea. Oh man, I would totally use that. That's so good. And no, you don't do that. You go find actual business people that you think would use it, and you would ask them if they're going to pay, if they would pay for it. Mm-hmm. If the answer is no, you don't have an idea, right? And so it's kind of a way of testing the theory that kind of Myron's explaining as you do that. And let's say I have an idea for some kind of payment thing, right? Well, I don't just go and find people that'll build it for me. I literally go to the marketplace and say, hey, would you use this? So you try and bootstrap the whole thing. Then once you've got 10 people that are willing to pay for it, that like the idea, then you maybe go find someone like a Myron or myself that could help you promote it, because you can have a great idea. How do you get it out to the mass marketplace? And as Myron teaches, it's a lot better. It's a lot easier to make a lot of money in a short period of time than it is to make a little bit of money for a long period of time, right? And so to shortcut all that, you find someone like a Myron, like myself, that will help you amplify that. But only at that point do you go to someone like me and you would go to me and be like, hey, here's the app. You can install it. It's on the App Store. I got 10 paying customers. Help me scale this thing, right? Because otherwise it's just an idea. And frankly, if it's just an idea and it's not proven, like if you came to me for it, I'd be like, okay, fine. Then I want 95% ownership. You get 5. Anyway, that's kind of my answer. What do you think about that, Myron? Curious your thoughts.
1000%. Exactly. You're exactly right. Yeah. It's kind of like watching Shark Tank. Everybody thinks they've got a great idea, and then when they go in to pitch it, they need a Kevin O'Leary to let them know, you think this is a great idea, but this is not a great idea. Or if it is a great idea, the sharks start fighting over it. Why? Because they've already made so many offers to the marketplace, they can tell intuitively what is a good offer and what is a bad offer. So the next question is for you.
Did I tell you I ran into Kevin O'Leary the other day?
You did tell me that. That was
It's
crazy.
so funny you brought him up.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, you did tell me that.
He was wearing pants. It was weird. I'm kidding.
The next question is for you, Miguel. Will you be able to review a few cases from folks who have already signed up before? I'm not sure what that means. And that's from Rick Osteen. Do you know that?
Just send us a message. Just email support@thebosslife.com. And then if you join the bi-weekly calls, I typically pop my head in there and answer any questions usually once a month. So usually every other one I'll jump in. And just to give you a word of warning, the next one I will be on. Sometimes I'm not on. So just so you know, the bi-weekly calls are not me. I don't want to set the stage that I'm on these bi-weekly calls because I don't. Again, to work with me, you can't afford it. It's just not. I mean, you can if you want to, but it starts at $25K for an hour. So when I do go on there, it's more group kind of questions to help you guys out. So it's usually a surprise. So if you are in the system, the next one we're doing is not next week, but the week after. And I will be on that one if you want to join. I think it's a Monday. But if you go to the event, into the community, we actually have a calendar in there. You can go, I think there's learning and then there's community. You click on that. There's a calendar. You can go see, and you can go register and sign up for that call, and then feel free to ask any question you want there. If you want a faster answer, just email support and just say you were on a live with Miguel, and because they're gonna come to me and they're gonna be like, Miguel, because I get a lot of requests, okay, 100 a day, so I'll make an exception because you're on the YouTube, and I'll answer your question for sure, 100%.
Cool. And I want to ask you before I forget. Can you send me that song we did today so I can make sure I put it in my playlist? Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
That's pretty good, eh?
It was great. Somebody said, how did you develop the 12 steps, or are they universal principles? If so, from what source? And that question was directed at me, but I'm not sure what 12 steps they're talking about. Are you?
I don't know.
Somebody
I might
else
have to ask my AI brain.
Somebody else asked you a 12-step question. When I get started, do I begin with the 12 steps, or do I begin with step 4?
Maybe they're asking about the 7 steps and they're confusing it with 12.
7 levels. Maybe they're asking about the 7 levels. Yeah, I'm not sure. Just by figuring out how people are watching how people are using AI is how I developed the 7 levels of AI. So if that's the question they're asking, I'm going to give you a question, Miguel, because I need to take a quick break. I got to handle something. So this is from Christina Pavlenko. Would using an AI avatar undermine trust for a brand built on authenticity and lived experience, even if the content and the message are entirely from my own? And is there any research or real-world evidence on how audiences respond when they discover the creator uses an AI avatar? I'm going to let you answer that while I run to the restroom real quick, and then I'll come back and answer it too, because I have an answer for that one as well.
Sounds great. We'll see if we would give the same. And so here's what I would say. I think authenticity is also it's kind of to me, a lot of the basic principles, and this is, I think, why Myron and I kind of have similar viewpoints, is they're all in the Bible. Everything is biblical. If you follow the biblical principles, you will always get biblical results. And biblical results are success. God wants us all to succeed, and I'm not going to go into all of that. But the reason I say that is if your brand is authenticity, then really what that means is you're gonna tell the truth, and your people can trust you. So with AI, my thought on that is for example, the video that you just saw, I'm never gonna post that and be like, that's me. I would post it and be like, hey guys, just made this really cool video with my AI. Who wants to see it? ? I'd post it that way. So basically, if I'm using AI, especially in video, I'm going to tell people that it is AI. I would never put out an AI twin of me and purport it to say that is me. I would actually create an AI avatar, which I've done. And I've created AI avatars of my beautiful wife, some of our team, and they're in videos. However, when we train with those videos, people know that they're AI avatars. So it's kind of fun. It's like a fun add-on to it right now with video. And I think I would always do it that way. I would never. And so in terms of authenticity, I think one of the keys is to just tell people what it is. For example, we have music published on Spotify. I never tell people that the music that we have is me singing or that I created it in my basement, and like that would be lying. And what happens if you lie? Like, all success goes away. So like, why? Like, you lose all your credibility. That's how I would answer that question about video and about anything with AI, is that you should just be openly honest. We send out a lot of emails, and I send them all of them are written in AI. I literally tell people, even in my Instagram stories, that all of my emails are written with AI. I'm not trying to like fake it or like be like, oh, I wrote every single word here, right? If I publish a book, I would be like, hey, I would probably put it in the chapter. I'd be like, I heavily leveraged AI to help write this book, right? And so I think that, and in the chat, I'm curious, how many of you love that approach? Like, how many of you, like, let me ask the people in the audience, if you were working with a brand that was all about authenticity and they had AI videos and they told you they were AI videos and they were a fun thing, how many of you would still love it? Type love in the chat, right? Because that's really, like, from my perspective, it's not about like whether we use AI or not, because everything is AI. Like, understand, there's one more thing I'll say and then I'll hand it back to Myron, or I can keep going if he's not back. But what I would say is this, is like, AI, just so y'all know, like the process and thinking of it, that all started like even before the 80s. I remember like I was late 90s and I was doing some consulting work, and Y2K, they thought the world was going to end, if you're old enough to know, right? Year 2000 was going to turn, and the computers only knew 2 digits, and they thought like all that kind of stuff was going to go down. And so when all that happened, like, AI was already a thought. Like, people were already working on AI, and a lot of the systems that you used were already kind of AI-ish tools. Like, search was kind of like a basic version of AI. How many of you remember Clippy? Clippy, do you guys remember Word originally in like the 90s, mid 90s, when they took over from WordPerfect? And remember Clippy, Microsoft Clippy, the little annoying character in the bottom right corner? Like,
I remember Clippy.
Right? Like, so
that's crazy.
Like AI is not like, oh, like what's going to happen now? Like, it's just the evolution of what's already been. So if I want to predict the future, I always say, I've already seen this movie before. I know what's going to happen. So I'm running the same plays that I ran before, now better. I'm better. I got a bigger team. I've got more finance, but it's the same play. So what's going to happen with AI? Oh, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. I know exactly what's going to happen, because it's going to happen what's happened in 2000, what happened in 2010, what happening now. It's just going to happen faster and faster and faster. And I would tell you right now is the greatest time ever to leverage AI, and like anyone can now be successful. The barrier of entry in music, in any industry business, is gone. It's evaporated, but only a few people know it right now. So it's kind of great. So anyway, I don't know if you heard how I answered the authenticity question, but that was kind of my answer.
Yeah. So I'm in complete agreement. I don't think, as long as you tell people that you're utilizing AI, this is my AI avatar. I've trained this avatar. It knows what I know, and it's in front of the camera instead of me today. When my AI avatar is talking to you, I will always let you know, or my avatar will always let you know, that it's not the real Myron, it's my avatar. And if you want to see a good example of this on YouTube, somebody who's doing this really successfully on YouTube, there's a young lady named Julia McCoy. I don't know if you're familiar with Julia McCoy or not, Miguel, but like all of her videos, all of her long form videos are her AI avatar. And she tells you that in the video. And she has built, in a couple of years, a business that produces for her $3 million a year. And she said, I don't know if this is true or not, but she said she only works about 15 minutes a day because she has her AI agents doing all of the functions of the business, the research for what videos to create, the thumbnails, the thumbnail titles, all of that. So, and she lets people know that it's not her, it's her AI avatar. And so now, when she comes on and talks about what she's doing, it makes it even that much more interesting, because when she comes on, she refers to herself as the real McCoy. So anyway, so that's just a really interesting use case, and it didn't damage her brand. YouTube didn't ban her channel, and she's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers and making a couple $1 million a year working part-time. So I don't know.
That's incredible.
Maybe that's a clue. Okay. We're going to take at least one more question.
Sure.
Maybe two. Already answered that one. Wow, we're jamming on these questions that were submitted. Oh, yeah, I already answered that one too. I am trying to replace a $1,600 a month, replace $1,600 a month by selling a simple AI-assisted lead generation system to local businesses, but I'm still validating whether missed calls are painful enough to pay for it. At this stage, what would I prioritize first? More customer conversations, building a small working demo, or making a paid offer, and what evidence would tell me that it's time to move to the next step? Yeah, I think you need to do all of those. So if you want to have a proof of concept, prove that it works for yourself. If you got a lead generation offer that works for businesses, then use that lead generation offer to generate leads for yourself to attract those businesses. For instance, I did a video on where I was teaching something about sales. I think it was called Why You Can't Sell, a couple of, like maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago. And I used AI to create the lead magnet being the thing I gave away. I used AI to create the lead magnet based on the new sales course that I'm creating called Sales Moves. And the giveaway was like the 7 biggest mistakes salespeople make that keep them from ever making 6 figures in sales, or something like that. And I had my web guy put up with opt-in funnel. This may have been a month ago at the most. And he sent me a message this morning. That opt-in funnel has already generated 2,500 leads. That's 2,500 people who gave me their name and email address that said, I want to learn more about sales. Now, 2,583 or something like that. Then, last Wednesday is when we did the webinar, so like on the 15th. Well, 2 days before that was the 13th. And on the 13th of this month, I created a new opt-in funnel, and I gave away the AI age blueprint or something like that. I created that funnel, like literally less than 2 weeks ago, and that opt-in funnel has already generated for me 1,400 leads. Well, if I wanted to show business owners that I could generate leads, I would just go show them my results and say, do you want these results, or do you want me to give them to your competitor? So, Miguel, how would you answer that?
Exactly the same way. Like AI agents, like everything you're talking about, like that's exactly right. Do it yourself first. Kind of like where I talked about the software. If you want to build it, I would build it yourself first, and it just shows results. And to what Myron just said, the reason I said an easy one is to build a website, and that's kind of what I would suggest is like so in some of the mastermind stuff I do, I help people like build business and all that kind of things too. So basically, I can tell you the easiest thing to blow people's minds with right now is websites. They don't know they need AI agents. So you asked a great question. Your question was like, is this going to be enough in the marketplace to like, the answer is, unless you can prove it, like Myron said, the answer is going to be no, because I know and I've tested and I've tried. And for the most part, most companies right now don't really care about AI agents, phone calls, all that. They don't like it. So to get my in, if that is what I wanted to sell, I would try and find something like what Myron said about 30 minutes ago is what do they want? And most local businesses, what do they want? They want a website that looks modern, that ranks on the first page of Google. That's what they all want. Number two, why don't they have it? Right? So now I don't have to create the problem. The problem's already there, right? People say create the problem, solve the problem. Myron gave you the shortcut. Don't create the problem. Find the problem that's already there and solve it. So why don't they have websites? And this, by the way, anywhere you live, I guarantee you, search anything: water purification systems, local area, grass cutting,
swimming pools, lawn care.
Crazy,
yeah,
unlimited supply of leads already there with a problem waiting for you to give them the solution. So you go find it. I don't think most of them are going to want AI phone answering agents or outbound calling agents. What they do all want is to rank on the first page of Google and have great Google reviews. So all I do is I build the website. As Myron said, I build the website. I tell them, hey, I rebuilt your website. Here it is. And if for some reason they say no, now I wouldn't say it this way. Basically, if you say no to this, I'm going to go give this to the next guy. I rebuilt your website. If you don't take it, I'm going to go do it to the next guy. I wouldn't say it that way. I would say it much more smooth, but that's literally what it is. So like, I can't guarantee, like, 'cause I don't know if you're going to pick up the phone and call people, but like, if your question is like, how would I sell the AI agent? I wouldn't sell that because that's not what they want. Maybe it is what they need, but if that's not what they want, I can't sell it to them. Listen, I was in the fitness industry for a while, and selling fitness is one of the hardest things I've ever done because no one wants to work out, okay? Like, they don't want to. Like, nobody does. Now, everybody likes the result after because they feel like Superman and they feel great, but no one that I know of wants to hurt themselves for 60 minutes. And believe me, I tried. So how did I become one of the top salespeople? I'm going into all details in a fitness industry, okay? Here's what I did. I didn't sell the fitness. I sold what they wanted. What do people want? They want community. So I sold people community, mindset, motivation. By the way, we work out as well. Boom, blew up. I killed it it was network marketing. I killed it. I had no idea what I was doing in network marketing, but what I did know is give people what they want. And if you think about it this way, like I'm not big into tattoos, and if you are, great. I'm not. Reasons, but whatever. But just to give you a good example, there are people that will tattoo Apple logos. I've seen them, Apple logos on their body. People tattoo Harley Davidson. Like, I've seen someone with a Tesla tattoo. Did they tattoo Harley Davidson because the bike is so great? Did they tattoo Apple because they love their phone so much? No. People get tattoos of brands because of the community that it makes them feel a part of. And so if you really want to master sales, and if you want to sell someone an AI chat widget thingy, the actual answer is don't sell them the chat widget. Sell them what they want and what they crave. And what local business owners crave is leads. And how do they get the leads? Well, how do they think? Ranking on the top of Google, which is not inaccurate. So you give them that, and then later on, maybe you charge them just to finish the answer, you charge them $500 for the website, maybe $100 a month, whatever, for a couple of updates. And then now you say the next month, you're like, hey, your website's ranking higher. You go, oh yeah, it's great, awesome. Hey, how would you like to get some AI agents going for you? Yeah, like you did that. So how does that work? Well, basically we install this thing and it's $300 a month. Oh, I'm in, let's do it. That's how you sell AI agents.
Good stuff.
That's my thought.
Good stuff, Miguel. It is 12:02. I have a physical therapy appointment today. It's stretching. It's basically stretching for golf, stretching my fascia. It's a long, drawn-out conversation. So
That's cool.
I've got to bounce. What a great conversation we've had today. We're going to leave the card open again until Monday night at midnight. Do you want to put the link in there one more time, Miguel, or have your team put the link in there one more time for those people who want to take advantage of the offer? And we will look forward to seeing you on the inside. And Miguel, let's set up a time to schedule when I get back from Pennsylvania. I'll be out of town all week next week. You know what? When you're here in a couple of weeks, why don't we go live inside the community together from my studio to do a dynamic duo like Q&A tag team thing? What do you say? Don't tempt me with a good time. Inside the Boss AI community, we'll go live together and answer people's questions. How's that sound?
That sounds fantastic. Let's do it. Let's do that. So anyone that's another special bonus. Anyone that jumps in today, we're going to give you access to that. No one else will have it. We're not going to stream it on YouTube, right?
No, we're not going to stream it on YouTube. It's not going to be streamed on YouTube.
So it'll be me and you chatting.
It will be only for the people who are inside the Boss AI program. So.
I love it. I love it. So I'll end it with we'll end it with a bit of a countdown timer for those that want to stay on for 10 more minutes. You can decide. We'll put the links up. If you have any questions, put them into the chat in the side. My team will stay on. Team, if you're still on, if you don't mind staying on for 10 more minutes, we'll put the countdown timer up, and then we'll end it. Thanks, Myron. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. This is the website, bossaisecrets.com/begin. Like we said, this is ending soon. We'll put the countdown timer up now. Thanks so much, Myron. Have a blessed day, everybody. Live with passion, dream, live, stream. See ya.